Excavators are a crucial piece of equipment across many job sites, construction, landscaping, even in the agricultural world. Today on Digging Deeper for Avenue Machinery and Douglas Lake Equipment, I'm going to go over 5 different things you should look at when you're looking at buying a used excavator. Don't underestimate the undercarriage. Everything down here can be quite expensive. It's going to add some costs. So if it's looking like it's a good deal, and then you get hammered with some costs down here, all of a sudden it's not a good deal. So check out the track. You're looking for excessive wear and tear there. Remember, it's used, so you are getting value out of the fact it's used. But you do want to make sure there's not big cracks, things like that. You need to check, make sure that the idler, the rollers, they're not bent out of shape. And of course, check out the sprocket and make sure that everything back there is looking pretty good. You don't want stuff that's really too banged up. You are going to want to check the hydraulic system. The excavator runs off of hydraulics. It's really the heart of the whole system. So you need to make sure you spend some extra time in this area. First, you can use your eyeballs, do a visual test. You can look at the hoses, you can check for leaks, you can check cylinders for big dings. Remember, this is a used machine, so there's going to be some wear, but you're looking for excessive wear, some tips that the machine isn't as in good condition as somebody might be presenting it as. You're also going to need to hop in there. You need to see how it's functioning. Any sort of delays or hiccups when you're controlling it is going to be an indicator that there's some sort of underlying issue going on. Next, you're going to want to check out things like the bucket. Check out, see if there's excessive wear or tear. I mean, buckets can be changed out, but if you're buying a used machine, you want to make sure that you're getting a bucket that's in decent shape, or that's going to add some costs to you. You're also going to want to check out around the bucket, the pins, the bushings. You need to check that out along the whole arm. You need to operate, you need to shake that bucket a bit, and you need to make sure there's not too much slop in the bushings. You can check at the knuckle for too much play by pushing down. And if the machine isn't responsive in how it raises, there's way too much play there. As you're looking at a bucket on the machine, you want to check and see what the connection type is. Is it a universal connection or is it brand specific? This is going to help you understand what attachments you can use, and you can make up your mind there. Maybe brand specific is fine, but we tend to recommend universal couplings when possible. You need to consider the engine and the fluids. So you're going to want to go to the engine compartment of the machine. You're going to pop that thing open. You're just going to check filters. You're going to see when they were changed, if it's been written on them, when there's been a last service. This indicates that there's been care for the machine. You're going to check the fluids. Of course, dark and dirty, it could indicate neglect. When you hop in the machine and you start operating it, you need to be listening for unusual noises. Maybe there's going to be some unpleasant smoke or some smells. These are the things that you need to be paying attention to when you're considering the engine and fluids. All right, it's imperative that you operate and observe the machine. What's going on with it? You need to get in there, fire it up. You need to check things like, does it drive straight? Does it rotate smoothly? You need to pay attention to the electronics in the cab. Is there an error code flashing? Are things operating as they should be? And also you need to be, this is when you're checking those hydraulic functions. You're shaking the bucket. You're testing out to see if there's too much slop in those bearings and those joints. And this is your opportunity to do that. You're listening for noises. You need to you're taking it for a test drive. You're likely not going to be able to do any work with it, but there's still a lot that you can observe just by firing that up and spending some time in the operator's seat. Again, we know that purchasing a used excavator can be daunting, but there can be real value to find there. Douglas Lake Equipment and Avenue Machinery, we've got used inventory on site. We've got salespeople ready to help you so that you don't have to feel as intimidated by this task. We hope some of these tips have been helpful for you. And this has been Darrell from Digging Deeper. We'll see you next time. Leave some comments, ask some questions.